a new case for you. Just got off the phone with a Brock student who just bought her books. Turns out the return policy is causing her quite some concern.
Well, what's the problem with it?
We don't have all of the facts yet, but it seems the policy is unnecessarily confusing and she really wants us to get to the bottom of it.
How so?
Apparently the policy can't accommodate all the issues students have.
That does sound unfair.
Okay, this all sounds unfortunate, but what are we supposed to do about it?
Well, we can't do anything until we know all the facts, so I'll go find something out about it.
Good. Now Shauna, you go research some comparative policies of the bookstores or the universities. Aiden Spencer, go try and track down some university officials, some bookstore officials. We really want to get their opinion on this. Okay guys, any questions?
No.
Let's go. If a student buys a book between December 14th and January 8th, the last day that they can return that book is January 15th. This changes if they buy the book between January 11th and January 15th. For that period, the last refund day is January 18th. There is even a third period from January 18th to January 22nd, for which the last day to refund is January 22nd. Under this system, a student could have, at most, a month to return a textbook. In the worst case, the student would only have 3 days to return the book. The refund date is determined by a combination of the date of purchase and the period the purchase falls into. The astute observer may notice that the policy makes no mention of January 9th, 10th, 16th, or 17th. These dates fall on weekends, but the bookstore is still open for business. This omission further complicates an already confusing policy.
Do you know the refund policy for Brock?
Not in detail, no.
Where do you normally get your textbooks?
Mostly from the campus bookstore, just because everything's already there. Once in a while, if I know I can get it cheaper on Amazon, then I do it that way. Sometimes professors even tell me to do it that way.
Has this refund policy ever presented an issue to you?
Once it did, yeah. I bought the graphic novel version of Hamlet for one of my friends, and since it was a textbook or was being used in some course, I couldn't return it even though it didn't come in any special packaging, but since it was for a course, I couldn't return it.
What do you think of the policy?
Once again, it hasn't given me a lot of issues before, and still doesn't give me issues, so as far as I know it's working, but I don't buy a lot of textbooks.
Do you think the policy could be improved at all?
I don't really know enough about it.
Where do you normally get your books from?
The bookstore. It's the only place they're offered.
Do you know the bookstore policy? Return policy?
Return policy?
Yes.
Well, I know there's 3, so it's like, by this date you get it there, by this date you get it here. If you buy it after some random date, you can't return the book.
The big question, has it ever posed an issue for you?
Yeah, Canadian history class, they sent us the wrong book to buy, and they said you needed to buy this book, so we bought the book, and then this was on like a Friday or something, and then the Monday was the class, told us we had the wrong book, so we all had to go on Tuesday because that was the last day we do it. Wait in the like 2-hour line because it takes them forever to get us through, and then we got told basically what's a reason for returning this, and then like, oh, you guys got us the wrong book. They're like, well, you can use this one still. It's the same sort of thing. It's just a bigger version. Yeah, so.
In order to find some answers about the refund policy, we spoke to Trudy Lockyer, Director of Bookstore Operations. In her first email, Lockyer made sure to point out that bookstore revenue is returned to the university. She also mentioned that the cost of education would rise if this were not the case. When we told her that our investigation was prompted by a Brock Press article, Lockyer noted that the article was written in response to a student who received a refund. When asked about the creation of the policy, Lockyer said that it was last updated a few years ago. The major concerns that were addressed were students who wanted to buy textbooks early and the condition of books being returned. The most recent research carried out involved checking against other bookstores, financial obligations, and getting feedback from students and faculty.